Hey, everybody. Welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As usual, this is just a conversation between myself and my viewers. It's where you can come and ask me anything. I don't hide. I don't keep my opinions to myself. You know, this isn't a channel where I'm trying to be popular. I'm trying to be honest and trying to bring people into a more opening Second Amendment community, trying to spread the importance of the Second Amendment to people who might not otherwise appreciate it, make them feel comfortable. So if you've got any questions for me whatsoever, feel free to ask. If there's any topics you want to hear me discuss, feel free to do so. If you want to call me out because I've said something you disagree with, feel free to do so. I welcome it. Spank the Yank. Let me know where I was wrong. You can even come in the video. We'll make a little segment called Spank the Yank that you can put on your YouTube page if you got one. And I can put on mine. So feel free to do so. Now I like to start every show by thanking people who may have purchased some merchandise. I put up a video today that announced the winners of TYMP for this month. And in that video, I advertised some of the new designs. Probably not the best place to do that because not many people watch those videos, because unless you registered to be a winner, you're not going to watch that. I should have put that on something else. But I do like to read if people buy merchandise to help support TYMP. We got two people. Warren Derby. They got themselves a Phil thing. So they're on the Church of Phil list now. That'll be starting. I think I might start tomorrow replacing the scroll at the end with the Phil scroll, just to try to encourage people to go get on it. But Warren Derby will be on that. And is that Blake or Blank? It says Blank Rogers. I don't think that's his real name, Blank. Oh, did someone name her kid Blank? Did he get in the Church of Phil? No, he got the first American flag shirt. But still, that goes to support TYMP. I appreciate it. So thanks to those people. And I think we did get a new Subscribe Star member today. We lost two, got one, I think. Let me go see here. No, it doesn't show one. I thought we got one today. I know we lost one, but I thought we lost two and got one. I thought it said you have a new Subscribe Star supporter. I don't know why. It was someone made a donation. Ryan Salvage made a donation today. He did a $5 super thank you, because you can do pledges through Subscribe Star. That's what it was. Okay. I was wondering, where was that person? And remember, if you've got any, like you want to support TYMP, go to TYMPpistolproject.com. You can subscribe to Subscribe Star over there and help TYMP. You can become a patron and support Pets and Vets. You can also support Pets and Vets through Subscribe Star by becoming a Pet Defender member, where you'll get patches for your participation. You can also, there's a link there to go to my Shopify store and buy merch, like my Willie versus Bruce right here, where he's got his, is that an SKS? I think I drew. I can't really see. Oh boy, say cheese, you son of a, where he's going to take out, because, Steamboat Willie, and he's being attacked by Jaws. Bruce. So feel free to go over there, become a member. You can donate on a one-time basis. You can buy merchandise. Or if you're someone who thinks you could benefit from the TYMP program, you can sign up over there as well. So feel free to visit my website for anything you need regarding the channel. Now let me get my PayPal open and see if there's any super chats coming in. Because remember, you can do super chats anytime. You can do super thanks anytime. You can only do super chats when the chat's running. Who was it told me that the other day you could do super chats, and then I went and looked, and they'd done a couple of them. I should look and see. Hold on. Open link and new tab, because they've done a couple super chats, and I wanted to say thank you for that. There we go. Yeah, I figured out how to watch super chats. Bonnie Wright, she's been doing super chats like every other day. So, or not super chats, super thanks, and they show up right here. Bonnie Wright said thanks. You can do that while you're watching the video the next day, because if you're not here live, you can still do a super thanks. Let me see if we got any chats coming in. I don't see very many over here. Let's see. What's today's date? The 17th. Dale Rickety chimed in. And he said, all hail Phil. Not really a question, but more of a statement, which, everyone agrees with, I'm sure. John Heasley paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, I sent you an email, subject Bella. I haven't seen it yet, but I will look for it. I'll look for it when I'm doing the emails here in a few minutes. Paul Bidenbach paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, hail Phil, worst experience taking all my guns in for eval after basement and safes got flooded. Oh, that's not fun. That's not the gun shop, of course, fault, but yeah, that ain't fun. A lot of ruined wood and some potential rust there, probably. So I don't like keeping guns in basements. Plus, basements are scary. I remember as a kid being terrified of the basement when I was really young. At night, it was a scary place at night. We got Clinton Seattle says all honor Phil. Well, she's putting her own little spin on it there. He appreciates that. He likes a little creativity every now and then. I think that's got us all caught up over here for now. Hopefully we'll get some more coming in here. But let's get over here and show the emails we got coming in first. Let me get that open. And let me find the one from John Heasley. I am not seeing one from John Heasley. You might want to send it again because I don't see it. I've even searching under your name and everything's from yesterday. All right, let's get to emails here real quick. Boom. All right, this here's from Aaron Talley. Says you got him a Smith & Wesson Model 27-2. Oh, look at that. Ain't that pretty? I've got the new Classic Series 27, but I don't have nice old pre-lock pinned barrel one like that one. Just got a Smith & Wesson Model 27-2 with 3.5-inch barrel like General Patton carried. He said only a pimp in New Orleans whorehouse carries a pistol with pearl grip, so naturally I went with the pearl. That definitely looks nice. And I don't like the way this works now. Let's see here. Let's get back over here. Share screen. Window. Where's the other one? Boom. Why own one VP70 when you can own two? Those are some funky looking guns. A lot of people, when they talk about the history of polymer guns and stuff, they always forget about their HK's role in the history of polymer guns. Those are some very space age looking guns. You look like Buck Rogers, two-fisted it. Don't see them very often. I remember the first time I saw one at a gun shop. I thought that was the strangest looking gun. But at the end, back then, I would have never considered a gun like that. But, someone had a tough morning. Let's show this here. This is Bella, sent in by John Heasley, having a tough day. It looks like she's having a tough day. Looks like one of those days hard to get out of bed. Turnip has that day every day. He always has a hard time getting out of bed. He's not a morning dog. He's also not a staying up late dog, but he's not a morning dog either. Adam1 says, Phil is nothing but overhyped and overrated calamari. Long live Gary Glock. Gary's dead. Phil's very much alive, and your life ain't going to go well. Let's just say that. He keeps saying stuff like that. If you catch his attention, you're going to pay for that. All right, let me go up as far as that. There ain't much in the way of comments over here, so we might be not here very long. Gun shop owners get mad when I ask for wheelies and look at them. Well, they shouldn't. They should be glad to sell a gun. I guess they think maybe you won't buy as much ammo, and they make more money selling the ammo. Gun shop employee kept his hand on his gun and kept staring at me as I walked around. Well, yeah, that ain't good unless you look like you look like trouble. My friend Gunther Forrest asked if he could paint the gun, and they called security. At gun show, my friend Gunther asked if he could paint the gun, and they called security. Well, I would call security too if you were going to paint my gun. Was he going to buy it first, or was he just going? Did he have paint in his hand? Some of this is stuff from earlier. I got my first Subaru Saturday. Am I a lesbian now? Well, I don't know. Do you like big hefty women with wallet chains? What Subaru did you get? You didn't tell us. If you look at NEA chat, you can see him putting shelves together. Are they in their new spot now? Is he up there in the tundra, the wastelands of Michigan? Because that's going to be his new channel. Is channel theme nowadays is going to be survivalist. He's going to have to survive in the tundra of Michigan. It's going to be about cold weather survival and all that other stuff. I heard alcohol acts like a female hormone. 10 large whiskeys and you talk shit and can't drive, as told to me by a drunk uncle, misogynistic old sod that he was. That sounds very misogynistic. I would never say that out loud. YouTube will continue to steal your super chat money till you turn them in. They'll continue to steal it anyway. There ain't nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do. All the states have agreements with them, so ain't nothing you can do. Call your state and try to report YouTube for something, and they'll refer you to the laws that Congress has passed that protects them from a lot of shit. Cabela's told me Glocks made in USA are better than Austrian ones. Well, that's true because they don't stink of Austrian people. They smell like the South. They're made in Tennessee, so they smell like bourbon and fucking your first cousin or fingering your sister. I sold my bodyguard 2.0 today and ordered a CSX E-Series 3.6 version. I'll let you know if it's any good when I get it. Yes, do let me know. Because it seems to me like they probably just polished a turd. We'll see. We will see, but it seemed like they maybe just polished a turd. We got someone paying their tithe to Phil here. Jason Thompson, Officer Tater Hater. I saw you sent me a series I got to watch now. It's like I got another series I got to follow. Yank, I should run for POTUS. My platform would be Gin Pop with Bubba Big Weenie. Cops would hate me. Well, cops hate you already, so I hate you a little bit. I mean, I think that's kind of normal, isn't it? I mean, I saw that video you made with your cat. Poor cat had to put up with that kind of condescending attitude. John Mandrick also chimed in here and said, how's the puppies? Well, Turnip's fine. He's always fine. He's always doing the sad face, like I'm not getting enough attention, even though he sat on the couch. He slept with me all night, and then he's right up on me, and then sat with me on the couch for like 2 hours today while I did my emails and other stuff. And he doesn't sit next to me. He sits on me, kind of like leans into my lap with his elbow up on my lap. And he sits there and watches TV with me. And I have to rub his belly constantly the whole time. So I'm trying to do stuff with one hand and move my pad over when I need to hit return. But he's fine. Django is recovering, but he's getting close to the weight where he can have the surgery now. He's only got like 4-5 more pounds till he's below the maximum weight, where they won't consider you for the surgery. So if he has trouble getting up and stuff, but he's walking on it now. He doesn't hold it up when he walks on it. And sometimes you don't even really see much of but when he goes to stand up, he seems to have trouble getting up from a seated position. still. So that's happening. So that's going to be a huge expense for me. I'm saving up for it. It's not going to be an unexpected. And plus, we just got hit with it cost $500 to get new tags on 3 cars yesterday. Or today, actually, sorry. $500 for tags for 3 cars because one of them's an EV. And the EVs are super expensive on the taxes. So, yeah, that was a big expense. Wasn't expecting. And then it's going to be another $700 to clean Turnip's teeth. Doesn't cost that much to have my teeth cleaned. Turnip's getting his teeth cleaned, and he does, because he does have the trash mouth. He's got garbage breath, so he needs it. But still, all right, that catches me up with all the questions over there. Seeing the news, the Delta flight in Canada flipped over upside down on the runway. You mean just sitting there and blew over or something? I'm watching the Gabby Petito documentary that was released on Netflix today. Just goes to show you that you should never get involved with crazy mofos. I don't know who Gabby Petito is. Is that someone I should know? I guess I've been around long enough. They don't mess with me. Been subscribed since 2009. Well, you're just lucky they don't mess with you, because they mess with lots of people that have been members of my channel for a long time. We told Bass Pro that we want wheel gun. Rep said, why? I said, the Yankee Marshal likes them. And he said, who's that? We left. Well, you should have left. You should have burnt the place to the ground. Just leaving was, an underreaction as far as I'm concerned. You should have punched him in the face. And then on the way out, you should have set the camping department on fire. That would have been the appropriate reaction to that. Do you all moderators or anyone know what gun options TYMP recipients can win, or do they have an option of a gift certificate? You get a certain amount of money to spend at Grab a Gun. And I forget how much it is. You get basically a G2C or a shotgun, and you could either take, and they're about the same price, or you can take that amount towards another gun. Well, I think we stopped doing that. You can choose another gun of equal value is what you can do, because a lot of people were just signing up for TYMP to get a certain amount of money off of a gun, even though they could afford to buy a gun. So we've had to cut down on that. Now you just get your choice of which gun you want, or you can take nothing. You're more than happy to take nothing. And we've had people do that. I've had someone say, well, what do I get? You get a Taurus G2C. Well, I want that. Well, that's what we're given. Well, I want it. I'm like, okay, we won't send it. That clearly meant to me that person didn't need what we were giving them. They just wanted to get something for free. So they made up a sob story. We get some fraud in TYMP, but it's one of those things I'd rather get taken once or twice. And if I help 10 families, I'd rather 2 of them have taken advantage and the 8 actually get helped than I would not help any just to prevent from getting taken advantage of. You just got to assume you're going to get taken advantage of to a certain point. And when we catch them, I'm going to start shaming the fucking people. We've caught some. We've caught some using fake email addresses, stuff like that, and being someone that wasn't needing help at all. We even had one guy tell on someone one time, like, hey, my buddy bragged he was applying for this. He's got like 25 guns, And I'm like, yep, there he is. Should have outed him. They used to come to the chats regularly too, always saying how poor they were. And his buddy was like, he's not poor. He drives a $100,000 pickup truck and he's got at least 20 guns. Gun shop didn't let me put Walther down my pants to see if it's comfortable to carry. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I'd say I'd have a you put it in your pants, you bought it rule. Be like, if you said, I want to put this in my pants to see if it fits. Well, okay, give me your credit card. I'm going to run it for the price of the gun first, and then you can do it. The FTC is warning Americans about texts. They say they have to pay toll charges. I have not driven on toll road in years. Well, who falls for that kind of shit? You got to be kind of dumb to fall for a lot of these schemes. Although, you know, it isn't always stupidity that makes people fall for schemes. Now, those kinds where it says you owe money, pay it now, those kind, yeah, you got to be kind of stupid because if you didn't, or you won this prize, you know, if you didn't sign up for something, you didn't win nothing. But a lot of times it's not stupidity where they get taken on some of these things where like, oh, you can make some money or we found that you're due a refund or in your insurance or something. It's not as much stupidity as desperation. Some people are just desperate. You know, they desperately need money. They're having trouble making ends meet. And something comes along that it seems like, well, yeah, I've been overpaying on my insurance for years. I should get a little back, you know, and their good judgment and their caution goes out the window because they're desperate to get the money. And those scumbags that do that kind of stuff count on that. Let's see if we're all caught up here. Why call it a podcast when it's not on podcast apps? If you put it on Spotify, you'd have a whole new, bigger audience and maybe some dollars for the charity. Well, I don't know how to do that. Don't know how to do that. My cousin Earl went to the show after work with gloves on and tried holding guns. They kindly asked him to leave. Yeah, it'd be like, what's he doing? Trooper, the bull terrier who was tied to a post during Hurricane Milton, just survived cancer. He's living with a dog-loving couple now. Oh, I've got to do something about that fundraiser. I never have done anything about it yet. I keep forgetting stuff like that. Where was I? I lost my place. What the opossums actually do to Gary? Apparently tore him to pieces. They actually use them in movies and TV shows set in the future. Battlestar Galactica TV show. Yeah, they have quite a history on TV. What was your new EDC? Well, I don't have a new EDC. I've been carrying the Colt Python for quite a while. I got my new EDC last week too, G43. Well, those are nice. Doesn't mean you would not think it. Doesn't mean you would not. I don't know what he's talking about because it's something I said a little bit ago. I got a 24 Cross Tech Limited. Oh, those look nice. I like those Cross Techs. Those Wilderness Edition ones are really nice too. I looked at those when I was there. I was like, we could trade in the EV, the Ford. It's not needed now, but on a Outback Wilderness would be a nice car to replace it with. They're not super powerful, but you know, capable little cars. How's the deck going that you built? Which one? The one down below, the shooting deck? It's fine. I haven't been on it for a little while now. It's been rainy and cold, but it's doing fine. I need to treat it. I haven't treated it in a while. We were supposed to have $30 car tags in Washington. Of course, that never happened. Well, no, they put a stop to that. Delta flight in Canada was coming in for a landing with 70-mile-per-hour crosswind, somehow lost a wing and was on the runway upside down. One person in critical and several others with injuries. Well, that seems pretty light for something like that happening. Phil must have been watching over him. See, that's the power of Phil right there. You also pay Phil tithe in case you're in a plane wreck to make sure you don't get killed. Mr. Furley said, does Phil demand a tithing for optics purchases? Yes. Anything gun related. And he does consider suppressors arms, just so you know. He does. He does. I've been following your channel since 2013. I wasn't too far into it at that point. They will pry that subscription from my cold dead keyboard. Although they don't get it if they want it. They'll just turn it off. You won't even know it, probably. You have to find it. According to some sources, the SIG P365 XL is the best-selling handgun in America. Yes, it's, I think, the big auction site. What's it called? I forget, but it's like one of their best-selling guns. Sunblaze Pearl paint collar, kind of burnt orange. Sunblaze Pearl. I got Solar Pearl Solar Pearl orange is my color. I like it. I like orange too. Orange is my favorite color. Different shades of orange. I like orange. All right, I think that's it. I think we're all caught up. Let me see. We have time left, but we don't got any questions, so we'll cut it short here. I'll do a last call for questions. Anybody's got any questions they want to get in here, or else we're going to wrap it up. Make sure we're caught up over here. We're caught up over here. What tithe does Phil demand when someone buys from someone that buys a Kel-Tec? Whatever the Kel-Tec costs, about half that, because you got to pay the stupid tax. Got to pay that stupid tax. Dave says, money, $5 holla tip for reading my freebie EDC comment, Yankee. Well, I read the freebie comments when we got time. Like today, we read all of them. Only time I don't get to those is when we don't have time, because there has to be kind of a hierarchy of importance. You have to get this. I get the PayPal super chats first, because those people paid money and I actually get to keep that money. So I answer their questions. And then I go to the YouTube super chats because they paid money. I might not get to keep it, but they paid money. And then I go to emails, and then I go to the live chat, and emails go for live chat because the emails are usually sharing something. You know what I mean? Like they're sharing a new dog or a new cat or a new gun or a new car or something. And, I want to kind of promote that sense of community by sharing with each other. Not sharing too much. This is not leading to me demanding sex from followers or anything, but like I said, this Church of Phil is not a cult. But let me make sure we're all caught up over here. I do believe we are. Yep. Jason Thompson was the last one over there. Could Phil bring back the polio scourge? Probably, now that RFK is in charge. Isn't that what's going to happen, they said? Everybody's going to get polio. Well, I'm already vaccinated against polio, so I ain't going to get it. And my kids are vaccinated, so I ain't going to get it. So, And, I figure, if vaccines are available and most parents' kids will get their kids vaccinated, and those that don't, well, we don't need all the fucking kids anyway. Well, how many fucking kids do we need around? The only time people are like, the only people who say we need more people are morons like Elon Musk. And that it's not got anything to do with, so we'll spread to the stars. Any physicist can tell you the chances of our species spreading to the stars before we're extinct is not very high. But the reason they want increased population is because unchecked capitalism requires exponential growth to remain profitable. If you don't have, every time you have a house full of people, that they bought cars and TVs and furnitures and a house, if they don't produce at least 2 to 3 people that go out and also buy cars and furniture and houses and TVs, well, then capitalism starts to implode on itself when it's unchecked capitalism. So they require exponential growth for it to be successful. That's why they want parents to never live in communal homes with their kids. They want you to have 3 children and send them out to the world on their own. You got to form these, and it's got to be at least 3, because if you just send out 2, well, they made up with someone that's just 2 couples. That's only twice, many houses, and that was one house they came from. So you're not really having exponential growth. It's got to be 3 or more children. I remember studying that in statistics, that how for our unchecked capitalist model to continue, every family's got to have, I think it's actually, and it's every family has to have 3. So for every family that doesn't have any, some families got to have more. So that's why they encourage big families. That's why they encourage everybody leave home at 18, because it is best for big business. I think we're all caught up. I think we're done for the day. Yankee is the first to drink the Kool-Aid, and he doesn't want to be a beta tester for guns. When it comes to COVID vaccines, he'll drink. No, I got to understand the science and follow the science. Believe me, I won't be taking my science advice from Joe Rogan or RFK, especially not RFK, because like I said, I told y'all I did some research on some things he said. He just deliberately misrepresents things. So I'm not a fan of him. As far as, because he's willing to lie to you to make his point. Now, I do agree with a lot of his policies. I think a lot of drugs are overprescribed. I think there's a lot of things we do that should be a person's choice, but things like public schools requiring vaccines, stuff that wiped out childhood deaths. Just go back and look at all the graves from the 1940s and 50s of people that are under the age of 5, and then notice how you don't see those so much anymore. And then say how you don't think vaccines are smart. You're taking science information from sensationalists and podcast people and social media influencers, and that really doesn't make you look smart. I'll tell you that right there. If your justification for anything ever, when I ask what do you base your opinion on, if it's the Bible says, discount you immediately. If it's Joe Rogan said, discount you immediately. And you say, well, Joe Rogan may be right on some things. Yeah, but if he is, you should have done the research and found out that, well, yeah, this research grant from, University of Southern California found things that coincide with what he said, and that's what he's basing what he's saying on. Well, then you don't have to say Joe Rogan said. You can say, hey, they did a comprehensive research paper from the University of Southern California that found this. If you say Joe Rogan said, well, that means you probably didn't check into it, and it doesn't have any weight whatsoever. So you got to do more. All right, everybody. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I think we got everything caught up here. Let me make sure we're all caught up over here. We're caught up over here. So I want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow. If everybody helps out with the channel, really thanks. If you want to be on the scroll at the end of the video, make sure you go buy some Phil merch, because I think Chingham will change it tomorrow. And what was I going to say? Oh, remember, you got to buy anything but a magnet or a sticker. I don't know if there are any Phil stickers, but as long as you buy anything that's not one of the 3-inch magnets or a sticker, you'll be fine. I think basically, I don't know if there's any Phil stickers, so you might be all right with anything. But like I said, thanks everybody for everything you do for the channel. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all later. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.